Hey ladies, welcome back. So today this video is for any of you that are seeing someone or have been dating someone and he's not proposing. Okay, so a lot of women come to my practice to sort of fix that problem. Okay, so obviously the title of this video says dating for marriage. Okay, so and this video is also for ladies who have heard of this issue or don't want to run into this issue, most importantly, right? And literally how to avoid ending up in that scenario, right? Because what happens is that you are kind of hurt at that point. You're like, why is he not wanting to marry me? Right? What is it? So we'll talk about why this happens, like what are the mistakes not to make, and then if you are in the situation, what you can do about it. So a mistake that is pretty common in dating that I see is when you are dating for randomness or dating to fall in love, which means to fall into an infatuation. So if you're not clear on what you want, if you don't know what you want, you will run into issues. People will use you, people will, you know, use you. They'll have sex with you and then dump you after a while because you will get attached and he'll move on to someone else. So if you don't know what you want, don't do it. Like, stay on your lane, like on your own for some time and think what you want and face your fear head on. Okay, if you're afraid of marriage and that it might fail either for the first time or again, face that fear and do the inner work in regards to that. Okay, so get clear on what you want. So what I'm saying is you should be out dating for marriage. Okay, so there's a notion that, or a belief that you will be less interesting if they know what you want. Kind of like if you showed that card. Well, it would be the case if you said, hey, I want to marry you. Right? So, yeah, no, well, we don't do that. What we say is, because one of the first things that men will ask you when you're dating, if you didn't put it on your profile or for some reason they didn't know that, they'll say, what are you looking for? And of course, this is a loaded question, right? But it's a very good question. It's a very good question. They're like, what are you looking for? Because most women don't know what they want. And if they don't know what they want and stuff, they're like, boom, easy prey, right? Like someone he'll be able to use and, fucking things, right? And then dump her while he looks for the one. So when you make clear that you are looking for marriage, right? You're not saying to him, but you are looking for marriage in general, right? Well, looking for marriage to the right person for you, to your match. Okay? So you're telling the person you're not looking to waste time, you're not looking to be used by someone, you're not looking to be tried, used, and abused. So what it means is that You're not looking to be someone's girlfriend. You're looking to be someone's wife. Okay. And no, it's not a prerequisite, or it's not a natural path, kind of like 1, 2, 3. Kind of like dating is 1, girlfriend is 2, and marriage is 3. No, that's not that. Where did you get that from? You probably get this from the culture of today, right? But you don't need to do any of that. So you do want to send the message, ideally non-verbally, that you're not going to be people's girlfriend. Okay? So with that said, you should be circular dating. You should be seeing multiple people. Okay, I didn't just say you should be fucking multiple people. No, I didn't say that. I said you should be dating multiple people. Kind of like finding out what they are about, what their values are, what are their life views, right? The first thing, when women come to me for advice and things, and I mentioned that if they're looking for marriage, they should be circular dating, they're like, no, I can't be seeing multiple people. And then I'm like, no, I didn't say you should be sleeping with multiple people. I said you should be getting to know different people. Okay. Now, I made a video about why boyfriends keep you single forever, because girlfriend is not a status. You're single when you're a girlfriend. And I explained, what it means to get to know someone. So you have probably, if you're looking at this video that says why he's not proposing and how to fix this, you have probably gotten into the situationship of being someone's girlfriend with the intention of getting to know them well. That was probably your intention, but it backfires, as you can see, because that's not how you get to know someone. You get to know someone for real, like for real and deeply, in the safe container of marriage. Before marriage, you're supposed to find out their values and what they're about. So let's say you're in the scenario that you've been with someone for 2 years and you feel like you're in limbo. You're like, okay, what's next? What's the natural progression? You think moving together will be the next step before happily ever after, or before marriage. Let me tell you, it's not, because he at no point in time said to you that I want to spend my life with you and I want to commit to you on our children, right? Or want to commit to you like all in with all my assets, like everything that is mine is yours. He didn't tell you that at any point in time. And if he really meant it, and if he really, really meant that, he would be giving you a ring. He would be committing to you all in, which means marriage. And I say this in every one of my videos pretty much, because this is the root problem of all dating. That what do you expect from dating and from people when you're not going all in? What do you expect? All in bliss? Happily ever after, when you're half in, half out? When you're using people? When you're allowing them to use you? Right? So stop that. So if you have been with someone for a year or two and they never knew that your intention was marriage, deep down, or now you woke up to it, right? Because maybe deep down you wanted it in the background and deeply, but you were afraid to say it. You wouldn't own up to your desires, aka you were not confident. You were insecure about your own wishes and things, which is fine. can happen to many, but the good news is that today you can say, you know what, this is what I want. I want to be happily married. So at some point there will be, like, if you haven't communicated this non-verbally for some reason, and it's kind of a bit of a fail when we fail to communicate non-verbally. Like, if we have to say stuff, it's like it's gonna be a bit difficult there. Why? Because when you engage a logical conversation, and this is what happens in verbal communication, like logic gets involved and you can raise defensiveness in people. This is one of the reasons why you want to master nonverbal communication, which is part of what I teach. So you fail to communicate your intentions and your desire of being married. So now there has to be a good moment where you can mention this, ideally in a casual, well, not casual, but in a, yeah, kind of casual way, kind of like, you know what, like, I see myself married soon. I want to be married, right? And you shouldn't be having to say this more than one time if you ever have to say this, right? So once you have sent a message, be it verbal or nonverbal, your actions have to align with what you're saying. Okay, so it means that you wouldn't stay status quo. You wouldn't continue to do what you've been doing if you want a different result. So if he is not moving because you're not moving or acting, you're going to have to act. And acting means you are going to start to come to the realization that this boyfriend you're with doesn't see you as a forever, wife or the mother of his children, perhaps, or the person he introduces as his wife. You're not the one for him. He's there until he finds someone that he can call his wife and have children with, or pledge his assets to, or provide for, because this is what men want. They want that when they're healthy and normal, right? You will have to come to realize that you're not the one for him, potentially, if he's not doing anything once you have made it clear. So then you're going to have to see other people. You need to stop sleeping with this person that is not seeing you as the one. You shouldn't have been doing this to begin with. Sleeping with someone that, hasn't committed to you, because again, being in a boyfriend situation is not a commitment. That's not a commitment. Like, please, in today's, this is why today's dating scene is messed up, because of these weird notions that came about. And I get it. It's been in North America for about, what, 2, 3, 4 generations, maybe. In Latin America, where I come from, this is brand new. Okay, it's brand new. It was never okay to do the boyfriend thing forever, only until the newest generation, or yeah, only until very recently. Because back in the day, if you were a girl from a really good family and a very specific circle, you wouldn't be just someone's girlfriend. You would be, dating for marriage. You wouldn't be in limbo. You wouldn't be like depriving yourself from the opportunity to meet, someone that is crazy for you. So you see women that come to me and in forums and all over the place bring up all the problems and issues they have with a boyfriend. And the minute you say, start dating other people, I didn't say fuck other people. I said, start dating other people, seeing other people, for you to meet someone that is crazy about you, someone that wants the whole deal with you, someone that wants to spend his life with you, like clearly. They freak out. They freak out and they're like, oh, no, 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 I want him. But does he want you? I don't know about that. Look at all the stuff he's doing. Look at the disrespect. Look at the non-commitment. Look at this and that. Oh, no, you want him. How do I fix it with him? Well, you want him, but does he want you? And there's only one way to know that. You'll have to be clear that you are looking for marriage. If you haven't been clear for some reason in the past. And if he doesn't want that with you, then there's your answer, right? Because someone that is really, really, truly into you wants to take you off the market, wants him just for him. Because let me tell you, we talk about human nature in our channel and in my practice all the time. And part of the human nature of men, okay, so the human nature of woman is to feel safe so that she can, you know, and the man, part of his nature is to claim you. Okay, not because you're his property, like, you know, like an object. No, claiming you so that other men don't have access to you. And the only way to do that is through marriage, because why would you be loyal to someone that is not loyal or committed to you via marriage? Why would you put yourself through that? Why are you wasting time? Right? Why are you letting him use you? You think you're getting to know him. You think you're trying to find out if he's a psychopath, narcissist, whatever, right? No, 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 no. Ladies, like, stop it. So if someone doesn't want to commit to you, why would you commit to them? Like, start seeing other people, because tomorrow at the supermarket or through a friend or through online, you could meet Prince Charming, the one for you that is crazy about you. Why? Because you finally said, I deserve that. I own it and I want it, and it happens. Believe me, it happens, and fast once you decide. Okay? So when you're spending time, the cost of when you're spending time with someone that is not that into you, or doesn't want to marry you, doesn't want to commit to you, it's called in economics the opportunity cost. It's costing you the opportunity to meet the one. You see, you're wasting time with the wrong person when you could be meeting the one. Now, deep down, you're wishing that he is the one. Now, if he's not acting, if he's not getting the message that you desire marriage, right? If he lets you go out and go out and look for that, there's your answer. Or maybe things weren't clear before and now they are, so he's like, you know what, yeah, you are the one. I want to marry you, like, immediately, like right away. Now that so no ultimatums, okay? I don't like the whole ultimatum thing in that literal sense. But in your mind, internally, you might have that. You might say, you know what, if in 2 months from now, or how long do you want to wait? I don't know, whatever it is you want to wait for this to go somewhere. If in 2 months from now he doesn't show me that he's the one for me and that I'm the one for him, it's time to move on. But you will speak with your actions, and that will leave a stronger message than any yapping, that any, you know. So you don't want to be a dog that barks, that keeps bitching and complaining and without ever doing anything. So if you're too scared to rock the boat, and to you it's like not even an option to start dating someone else, then you got to think again, right? Because you're not going to get this person to commit to you and you be the one by being a placeholder. So, ladies, when you're dating for marriage, you need to stop the time wasting, and you need to stop thinking that you need to try them out and that they need to try you out. That's not how you get to know someone. In other videos, I mentioned that from my experience and other people that I know that have been married for decades. I've been married for over a decade, almost 13 years, and people that have been married for other years, I can tell you that year after year, when you feel safe is when you can deeply and really get to know someone through the safe container of marriage, right? You need to know their values to see if they would be a good match for you to enter that marriage container, right? So a lot of times you think that spending a couple of years like trying him out and letting him try you out like a car, like an object, right? You think that this is going to give you the answer you're looking for. It's not it, because you're both in, you know, halfway in, halfway out. Like psychologically, you're not in an all-in situation, psychologically or physically or literally. Like you're not in, an all-in relationship, and the behaviors are different. The behaviors are totally different, and the respect you have for each other, especially him to you, is totally different when you're in that scenario. Let me tell you that when a man is getting to know you in the, deeply and through the years, in the container of marriage, and you didn't allow him to use you and try you out, and you knew what you were looking for specifically and all of that, his respect for you is like fucking next level. Like you can't even compare the respect that a man will have. And again, it's not love, it's not anything else. The respect and admiration for you, when you respect yourself enough to say, no, 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 you don't need to use me. You don't need to use me, and I know what I want, I know what I'm looking for. Right? The respect that he will have for you entering that container of marriage is freaking day and night. It's next level. It's devotion and admiration for you. And when someone is getting to know you and opening you up as the layers of an onion and things through the eyes of respect, through that lens of like, I do not dare to hurt this woman or fuck with her, the relationships are a completely different thing than when you come in and he's like, yeah, she doesn't even know what she wants, doesn't even know what she looks for, and she'll let me have a good time, use her for a while, get to know her, right? Do you think that's going to gain respect from a man? Mm-mm. No. And you will also not respect someone who, if he doesn't know what he wants, how are you going to respect him if he's, hot and cold, all that stuff? You get it? It's a different ballgame when you have standards. Yeah, kind of like my standard is no, I don't live with someone who is not my husband. I've used this example before, right? There was a girl when I first moved to Canada, and I was seeing, my now husband. She asked me like, "Hey, Monica, when are you gonna move in with him?" She's like, "That's what we do in Canada," because this girl, she was an exchange student in Mexico when we were young, and I knew her in that capacity. So she's Canadian. I am and was Mexican, at the time. So she's like, "So now you're gonna do what Canadians do, right?" I said, "No, because this is not about culture. I know what a man respects, and a man is a man here in China, in anywhere in the world, a man is a man." So I said, "No, no, no. I'm not gonna move in with him. Absolutely not. Why would I remove myself from meeting other people that potentially want to marry me, and like I'm the one for them, and and therefore they're the one for me, right? Why would I remove myself from all other options? Why would I have this sort of commitment for somebody that doesn't have that commitment at that point?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, he'll propose very soon you know if we were meant to be together and things, right? And of course, lo and behold, right, he proposed. It wasn't more than 2 months. We saw each other a handful of times because we didn't see each other every weekend, right? And this girl, she's a girl who is in a situationship or situationship with someone for a year, for 6 months, for 2 years, over and over and over again. She's almost 50. She's like 47, chronically single and traumatized for life, self-traumatized for life. Because when you put yourself through the boyfriend thing and he rejects you and you allow him to use you, he it's very traumatic for you to separate from him and to swallow the pill of him not being that into you once he used you and all that stuff, right? So kind of even worse, he got to know you for 2 years and he's like, nah, nah, go away. That's super painful. Super painful. Not that I would know from experience, because I never allowed that for my own self, because growing up, that's not what you did. But thousands of women that you see online in forums posting, about how they're suffering, you know? So girl, if you want him to propose, make sure it's been clear that you're looking for marriage. You didn't say to him, you're looking for marriage to the right person. Make sure he's aware, and somehow bring a quick reminder, in a non-ultimatum sort of way, in a lighthearted way. Act accordingly if he doesn't act quickly, and start seeing other people. For all you know, he wakes up to see the value of you. Or for all you know, you meet someone that is crazy about you tomorrow. Because I don't wish suffering for you, and I hope you don't wish that upon yourself. Alrighty? So don't put yourself through that. Have self-esteem, have self-respect, have standards, okay? That's what we are about. So, girl, hit me up if you need any help. In the description, there's my email. Also, for inquiries on coaching and things. In the description, also, there's my mailing list. If you want to be part of the discount when my Dating for Marriage, the Courtship for Marriage course comes out. So yeah, girl, I'll see you soon then. Bye now.